What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Social Distortion. Once again, major shout out to Paulie, one of the heroes of the channel, as well as my hilarious cat who always does that, like, toe separation when she stretches. In any case, we're back to Social Distortion's Mommy's Little Monster LP, 1982, and we're going to listen to the second track, which is Another State of Mind. So this is a phrase, it's in pop culture. I feel like it's used more directly and more ironically. I do, again, love the Spinal Tap-esque iconography of their artwork, which apparently began, the very earliest phase. So once again, shout out to Mike Ness and the rest of the group, which again, over time I will start to learn, presumably, what their bass lines sound like, what their guitar work sounds like, and so on, and come to appreciate the other members as well. I still am very interested that on 2 of the tracks there's an organ. I'm down with that, so looking forward to both Hour of Darkness and Moral Threat. But yeah, Another State of Mind, it's the idea that, like, your brain has entered, or perhaps specifically your mind being the, outgrowth of your brain. In any case, that it's achieved or entered some phase of operation that is fundamentally different from the normal or the regular mode of operation. So I suppose that could be more positive or negative. I think it's usually used on a, if not overtly positive way, at least to suggest that it allows for perception which is not available. Let's find out what it actually means in this song. This is Social Distortion. The track is Another State of Mind, and I gotta make sure I have it on the right side. Okay, so again, Social Distortion, Another State of Mind, 1982. I was thinking for the parts of the track with vocals that, the voice is different, but if you swapped out Mike Ness's voice for Greg Graffin's voice, it sounds like it could be an early Bad Religion tune. Now that more instrumental part near the end of the track, that kind of gave me D.O.A. vibes. Now again, Early Bad Religion, we're talking 80, 85. D.O.A, the release I'm thinking of is Hardcore 81, their sort of, seminal debut album. So this is all very much of the same time period, and it sounds like that. And for me, that's a fantastic thing. Again, I like punk from all different eras, but for whatever reason, in the mid 90s, the punk that I really keyed in on was like early 80s punk in particular, though to be fair, there were exceptions to that, including Bad Religion, because as I mentioned before, my very favorite stuff from them is later 80s. But again, like whether it was Dead Kennedys or whether it was Subhumans in particular, I really got into a number of groups that were, staked out their sound in the first half of the 80s. So again, for whatever reason, this was never a group that I followed on that level. Again, I knew one or two songs, largely because a couple friends of mine were into them more formally. But it is nice to now get not only their story in sonic detail, but to start from the beginning. So once again, shout out to Paulie for sending this. What I did hear about the lyrics before we look at them, it seemed to be more, at least in some parts, about another person, seemingly a woman, and the narrator's relationship with her, or maybe desire for a relationship with her, more than anything else. But there were other parts where it was talking about like multiple people like us, which I suppose that could just be the two people in question, but I wasn't sure if the whole song was sort of on that interpersonal level. And even saying that, I'm not sure exactly what the lines were when it comes to the seeming like female characters. So where's Another State of Mind? I mean, other than like, I did hear that like I'm far away from that Another State of Mind now, but like, he wants to be right next to her, and I guess like, so he's not in his present state of mind because he's thinking about being with her maybe. Okay, so here it is. Another State of Mind. Well, I'm in another state of mind. I wish that I could be there right next to her. Okay, so yeah, like he's not thinking about what he's doing or where he is. He's thinking about where he wants to be. This road leads to this, and this one leads to that. Her voice sends shivers down my spine. Yeah, so, okay. These scars in my flesh. Whoops. I'm bruised and I'm bloodied. Only she knows the pain that I've been through. So is that like emotionally? Is it like a woman that like, you think is the absolute bee's knees, but perhaps, the way she treats you isn't the greatest, and so like you're kind of like, you feel like you've been through it and she should appreciate that, but perhaps, there's an asymmetry implied, and maybe it's never going to be as reciprocal as you're hoping. But okay, so where was I again? Only she knows the pain that I've been through. Talk to her 1,000 miles away. There's tears in her eyes. If I make it back, I'm gonna show her. Oh, she's the only one. So this now sounds like going off to war song. Like he's fighting out there, and he's amid the death and so on. But his mind is actually in another place about his girl back home where he wants to be. And yeah, if I make it back, I'm gonna show her, like, maybe I'm gonna propose when I get back. So suddenly, like, it seems like the setting is maybe very different. Hitch a ride on the wild side. Sorry, Luca. I like brushed her head with the inner sleeve, and she was very offended. Hitch a ride on the wild side. It's real hell on wheels. There's gonna be a fight tonight, I know. Or maybe, suddenly, like, could it be like gang war? I'm thinking of the Warriors. I just reacted to a hardcore track that like samples the Warriors. So now I'm thinking like, could be a fight tonight. It could be like different cliques in the scene and so on. But yeah, there's gonna be a fight tonight, I know. Another city we can't find. Another city left behind. As I picture her, the cities burn away. And then that brings me maybe back to the war interpretation that, he's part of this, war machine, or he's part of this battalion that's been sent, into heavy fighting, and who knows if he's going to get back, and, all he's seeing is death and destruction. So, the only way to maybe get your mind off that is to think about the one good thing in your life that you want to go back to. So that's my best guess. I do feel like, again, there's enough ambiguity there that you could maybe take that in some different directions, but either way, a cool tune, and it suggests that their songwriting, you know, might have some more storytelling. Where like, don't get me wrong, there's Bad Religion's, you know, Bad Religion songs where there's story. I'm thinking of The Answer, and there's like 3 different vignettes. But it's not like a comprehensive like story song like Iron Maiden might do. But this felt more like a, let me set a scene for you, let me paint a picture for you, and, you know, not so much with like political implications per se, but more just, you know, here's a tale about a person and what he's thinking about in this place. So yeah, we'll see going forward what, you know, more of their songwriting is like. I look forward to hearing it. I will say the Don't Drag Me Down, like what I remembered about that tune, which again is probably the tune I know best by them going into this, is that it was more political. So maybe like one of their songs keyed me into thinking that I might expect to hear a lot of lyrics like maybe Bad Religion or something, whereas you know, perhaps the wider spectrum of their songwriting, you know, that's only one of the flavors. So in any case, I'll stop talking. Shout out to Paulie once more. Luca, I am gonna, you know, sort of put you horizontally onto the chair. In any case, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.